James, Will, welcome. Lovely to see you both.
Morning.
And we're here to talk about the Rural Report for this year, 2022. And you've both taken up new appointments, which we're thrilled about. James, Head of Rural Consultancy, Will, Head of Farmers and Estates. Best of luck.
Thank you, Ross.
So, the report. You've chosen an interesting theme this year, the 3 Ps. Talk us through it.
3 Ps, people, planet and profit. And I see those all working together, hand in glove. And for me, they're a statement of ambition and opportunity for rural estates and the rural economy.
Talk us through the first one, people.
People, hugely important now, and the opportunity to create visitor attractions and places that people want to come and visit, enjoy, stay, work. It's all out there, and the pandemic has created so much more opportunity, and working patterns have shifted, holiday patterns have shifted, treating people as customers now.
And skill sets, not only within the consultancy community, but also landowners and farmers themselves.
As drivers of that opportunity, for sure, and we need different people within our own business to help create and make the most of those opportunities to advise our clients, whether that's around the other pieces that we'll come on to in terms of the planet, or placemaking and creating the places that people want to come and enjoy and spend time at.
And Will, on the people theme, who's picking up the phone to you?
Well, it's exciting times. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we've seen a completely new shift of buyers, largely all environmentally driven, and that has been a big change.
Yeah. Any institutions?
Certainly some of the bigger institutions are already well ensconced in land ownership, but we are seeing a lot more of the sort of wider commercial sector looking to get into land ownership, environmental enhancement to cover off their ESG requirements.
Yeah. And so once you've sold a farm or estate to a new buyer, it'll be that continuing relationship in providing them advice for the long term.
Yeah, certainly for me in my new role, it's really exciting to have a much larger and expanding rural asset management division, because that adds so many skill sets to what we do and what we can offer.
Yeah, I agree. James, we talked about sort of skill sets. Where do you see the land agency profession drawing in extra services in the future to help with changing land use?
I think fundamentally it has to change. There is a need for a broader skill set, and I think that includes ecologists in different guises, but ecologists, and they work closely with landscape architects. I think those two are really important going forward. I'm really excited by the data science team that we've got within Knight Frank. I think they bring something new, and I also think that the opportunity to work with teams that understand debt and equity funding brings a new dimension to our offer for clients as well. And going forward, I think there will be opportunities, particularly around green solutions, to bring in some of that expertise.
How do you square the circle between profitable businesses and caring for the environment?
With difficulty, unless you can continue to sustain that underlying profitability. That has to be part of the future for rural estates, because to get involved in any of the wider opportunity is going to be challenging without that bedrock of financial support. Yeah. And moving into new systems is going to be part of that. Government money through ELMS, but what else is out there is going to be key. And that's money from big business and private funding of one form or other, and that opportunity is huge.
So biodiversity offsetting, carbon sales, that sort of thing?
All of those things.
Yeah. Okay, Will, let me come to you on these new environmental markets. Is it priced into land value?
It doesn't seem to be yet. I mean, ultimately, due to the huge levels of demand, that's really what is increasing land values.
Incredibly ambitious planting targets in England. Scotland has led the charge fantastically in achieving their own targets. Can you see English landowners actually doing large-scale land use change and planting trees on scale?
I think I can. I think that what's interesting from my perspective is the new buyers looking to get into the market, and many of them are far more leaning towards just general environmental enhancement that in their mind may see some level of tree planting, but I don't think they'll want to see wide scale.
And not necessarily productive tree planting, but amenity.
I think is an amenity level. I think the interesting thing is that a lot of buyers at this stage, whilst they're getting into land ownership and the profitability side of things is not necessarily at the top of their sort of wish list for the purchase. In the short term, that will change when they realise that they need to enhance the profit side of the asset.
Are you seeing many clients coming forward and asking you to sell their land, or is there a scarcity?
We really aren't seeing it at the moment. I think that many people are seeing the levels of the demand, but at the same time are realising that this country is not getting any bigger, and being able to find land elsewhere is not going to be easy, and therefore they are looking to hold on to their assets at the moment. I don't think, however, there's probably been a better time to sell land. Huge influx of new purchases into the market, largely environmentally driven, but demand levels really are sort of unprecedented.
Is there a new awareness of return on capital required, for instance?
I think the whole financial literacy piece is absolutely key going forward, and I think it's more MBA than MRICS, if you like, and I think that is a real driver of the way rural businesses need to be run in the future.
And where do you see land value going with all of this new focus on carbon and nature?
I think the land values are really only set to go in one direction. The level of demand and the entirely sort of new purchaser coming into the market that we've seen over the last 2 years. This country's not getting any bigger. Environmental enhancement right at the sort of forefront of people's purchasing desires, and I think that will likely send prices higher.
So James, regenerative agriculture, is this fashion or is it the future?
Regenerative agriculture, Ross, is the future. And Tom Heathcote, who heads our team, is absolutely inundated with work and with interest, and I have no doubt that it will continue to grow, and it is the future.
Will possibly even from some of your international buyers, difficult 2 years, not being able to see them face to face, are they back in town, and how are you getting them around the country?
Yeah, certainly the international market plays a key role in UK land ownership. They see the UK as a safe haven. Yes, it's been difficult for them for the last 2 years, but we are seeing them come back into the market for sure. I sit within our head office in London, which plays a key role in accessing our wider sort of service lines, and particularly our private office. And with their help, we monitor all buyers coming into the UK, regardless of their sort of property asset class initially, and are therefore able to offer them landed property.
So I imagine there's an enormous database of international people and money buying assets all over the globe.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, we have ambassadors within our private office who travel the whole of the world and identify opportunities and clients, which enable us an unrivaled ability to put UK agricultural assets to them.
And Knight Frank is a global business. We're operating out of 60 different countries. How would you describe the appetite amongst your international clientele for buying agricultural land in Britain at the moment?
I think that the international clientele will always focus on Britain as a safe haven. Whilst they haven't been able to get here for the last 2 years, we are seeing them come back, and the UK will always be an area that the international market will focus on.
Sure, yeah.